Good evening. We present the news summary. The U.S. caucus in the National Assembly walked out again this morning, the second walkout in 2 consecutive weeks. This followed an argument between the leader of the opposition, Sébastien Pillet, and the Deputy Speaker, Gervais Henry, after the latter did not allow a private notice question regarding the diversion of funds in relation to the recent beach soccer tournament. There was more arguments from the U.S. side, whereby the Deputy Speaker asked the MNA for Pointe-la-Rue, Conrad Gabriel, to walk out. Thus, the whole U.S. caucus followed suit. The leader of the opposition, Sébastien Pillet, talked to SBC shortly after the incident.
There is no other foregone alternative. When you're being denied your chance to speak. When your members are being punished without reason. When the chair does not acknowledge the fact that he has to act in an unbiased and a fair manner, what do? You sit there and you take it, and you are quiet. You have to react. That is the whole point of democracy, to react when something is wrong. If the National Assembly, where members have immunity, you cannot ask a question to a minister to clarify on diverting funds from different areas of the budget, which has not been made clear to the public. Areas, perhaps like the Livestock Trust Fund, where the cost of eggs have gone up exorbitantly, where 8 rupees for one egg. That's what a Seychelles is paying today. Isn't that our role to ask these questions? But if we cannot ask these questions, what do? We sit there. We have to show you that we are going to react. Last week, we had the same problem. First, the Electoral Commission cannot come before the Assembly to answer the question of the minister. But you can convene them by an invitation to come. And it was only after questions that members of United Seychelles asked that we found out the amendments to the Electoral Act have been sent between the Attorney General, the Cabinet, and the Electoral Commission and have not been discussed. The final amendments have not been discussed with political parties. And more than that, we only found out then, and I'm sure you did find out as well, that the voter register will not close as per the law as it exists now, and they're making amendments. How are we going to be transparent in this country if the opposition, if US does not do the job that it does? So yes, there was no other conclusion.
Is the walkout going to be a new strategy by the US side?
There's no strategy called walkout. The only strategy is that there's a strategy by the majority to stop the minority from talking. We have a private member's bill sent by Honorable Lisette Tambo to the Speaker to ask for a commission of inquiry, to ask the President to appoint a commission of inquiry into the 7th December disaster, the explosion. She's been waiting for an answer from the Vice President, who is the Minister for Finance, for 1 month. 1 month. So that it's okay. US will just take it lying down. We won't say anything. We'll just accept it. But our motto is fearless in dignity. We are going to be fearless in dignity.
Has announced that a reform of the secondary education system will begin in January next year. Those reforms are expected to be fully implemented by 2027. The reform focuses on the structure of the secondary schools, including the organization of school programs. Once implemented, the secondary education system will be divided into 3 levels. These are lower secondary, middle secondary, and upper secondary. The countdown to Seychelles National Day has well begun, and this year the celebrations are expected to be more spirited, more inclusive, and more unified than previous years. At a press conference held this morning by the National Day Celebrations Committee, it was revealed that the theme for this year's National Day celebration is Unity in Our Diversity. Confirmed events include the flag-raising ceremony on June the 18th on the 3 main islands, a food and agricultural fair, a variety show, musical performances, alongside the much-anticipated military parade. Starting from July the 2nd to July the 30th, there will be 5 direct flights between China and Seychelles, and this will be on a seasonal basis. The Chinese ambassador to Seychelles, Lin Nan, made the announcement this morning while giving an update on the progress made in strengthening bilateral relations between Seychelles and China following a meeting between the leaders of the two countries during the China-Africa summit in September last year. Ambassador Lin Nan says that during the 8 months since the summit, China and Seychelles has engaged in numerous discussions with some resulting in tangible outcomes benefiting both countries.
With joint efforts from both sides, we made the first chartered direct flight and Seychelles-China Chengdu Trade Expo happened, which significantly boosted tourism and trade cooperation between our two countries. The highly anticipated new SBC House has been officially handed over, a development that will enrich Seychelles' cultural life. We kicked off the social housing project with feasibility studies scheduled for completion this year. The low-carbon demonstration zone has made substantive progress and will commence implementation upon supplementary agreement signing. Our culture exchanges flourished through the first Chinese Film Festival last September, active participation in Seychelles International Fashion Week last November, and sponsoring the Seychelles National Choir and the dance delegation to participate in the international competition held in China. The donation of the second patrol boat to Coast Guard of Seychelles marks another milestone in our military exchanges.
And this was the news summary. More news at 8 p.m.